Innovating Education Learning World in association with WISE, an initiative of Qatar Foundation.
History relies on research, and the history of slavery is no different. In this report, we meet one African researcher and university professor who has drawn useful lessons from the experience of slavery in his country. He wants to teach this sensitive subject effectively and show young people how to build on it positively.
3 kilometres off the coast of the city of Dakar in Senegal, the tiny Gori Island is a reminder of one of the most poignant times during slavery. Its museum, the House of Slaves, opened in 1962 to show the final exit point of slaves from Africa. Historians differ on its role, how many, if any, African slaves were actually held in this building, for instance. But the island does have a strong symbolic role.
Gore represents the symbol of a traumatic period that the whole continent went through. If we keep this symbol alive, then there's a great chance we can tell what happened. And even though it is traumatic, it's a sequence of our history and we have to address it. If we look at it from an emotional point of view, we will lose the lessons which the history of slavery can teach us. If we take time to reflect, we will understand we are obliged to study it. Not to awaken feelings, but to make part of humanity understand that something horrible happened in history. We don't teach slavery to stir up feelings of hatred, inferiority or superiority. It's not about that. It's about learning a part of our history, not a specific story about the black community, but a worldwide history. We need to understand that at this time it was a pillar of trade and of development, and a pillar of an extremely important industry, the products of which were exported worldwide.
Dont les produits étaient dispersés à travers le monde. D'où le rôle très important donc de l'éducation.
Education has an important role. We have to talk about it in higher education, to approach it in an open way, and to explain it was an institution that was part of our everyday life. But it must not exist to the extent that an individual from that community is marginalized in the exercise of politics or denied access to the law.
Marginalisé dans l'exercice du politique ou l'accès à un droit.
Learning World in association with WISE, an initiative of Qatar Foundation.